This is the new Toyota Century, and it's basically a Japanese Rolls-Royce Ghost, for less than half the price. And here's the car, our top 10 things you need to know about it. The Century looks a little bit like a throwback for the 1970s, but in a good way. It's big and bold, but without the ostentatious look-at-me brashness of other luxury limousines. But which do you think is the coolest, the Century, or a Rolls-Royce Ghost, or Bentley Flying Spurs? Toyota introduced the Century back in 1967. The first version was in production for 30 years, and the second generation model has been around since 1997. And the Emperor of Japan uses a special version as a state car. The previous Century was unique in that it was the only Japanese car to have a V12 engine. This new one has a V8 instead, though this is boosted by an electric motor, as it uses the hybrid system from the previous generation Lexus L600H, so should have around 400 horsepower. Most Centuries will be chauffeured driven, and this shows based on the slightly old-fashioned cockpits. The driving dials are analog, although there is a digital screen between them, and a large central infotainment screen. Though the climate controls are operated with physical buttons, the good old-fashioned way. Inside the Century is trimmed with wool seats, while leather is available. The Japanese believe that hide isn't quite as luxurious, or as comfortable to sit on. Even the door trims are covered in wool, and the blue color works well with the pale wood inlays. Specially tuned air suspension to hide out the bumps, pliable engine mounts to reduce vibrations, and loads of soundproofing should ensure the Century is a very relaxing car to be driven in. The Century is quite a bit longer than an extended wheelbase Mercedes S-Class, and it's pretty much the same size as a Rolls-Royce Ghost. The front passenger seats can be slid forward, and a powered leg rest lowered, to complement the electric massage rear seats. All this can be controlled through an integrated LCD panel within the rear center armrest. There's also a writing table LED reading lights, and a 20-speaker premium sound system, instead the blacked-out windows, or traditional blinds. If you want a bit of privacy in the Century, you can draw the curtains. But while all this may seem old-fashioned, other kit like LED headlamps, and Toyota's latest safety equipment, isn't. Only 600 Centuries will be produced each year, and they will only be sold in Japan for the equivalent of £100,000. The cars are made at a special factory, and built by hand. Even the emblem is painstakingly hand-carved. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it.